All right, welcome to Bloodwars of Sanguera. This is Season 5, Episode 1, Eye on the Horizon. Our weekly question, which is kind of a character building exercise, gets us into character. Does your character consider themselves a hero, villain, or something else? I believe Loston was first.
I'm Christopher. I play Loston, a Tabaxi rogue, bard, fighter, jack of all trades, sellsword, that kind of thing. Loston wants to be a hero, but fears he isn't. He's been a selfish buffoon most of his life, and it brought him nothing but pain. Trying to find something to do to better his life, he saw how heroes were treated, and so looked into being one. Turns out people don't just treat you better, sometimes you even feel better. And that was like a drug for Boston. Do good, feel good, be treated good. What's not to love? So is he a hero or just a selfish person that wants to do good for his own benefit? Who knows?
Nice.
A little both.
Rando.
I'm Sean, and I play Some Rando, the Dwarven Fighter. Some Rando has never considered himself a hero, even when saving the day with his trusty hammers, nor has he ever felt like the classic villain, even when he's at his worst. He sits somewhere in the middle of those extremes in his mind, and his actions are guided by them as boundaries, even if he pushes hard on these boundaries sometimes for amusement.
And Ark. You are muted, Will. Hello, Will. Are you there? We'll skip over to Sombra then.
Sombra. Sombra is a 19th level elven wizard who considers himself a person who tries to do the right thing, even if that thing gets him in trouble. Occasionally he does things a bit out of character, but that's part of being elvish. He's never going to be the villain of the story because he has a strong sense of values, but he knows that he's a bit too flawed to be the hero.
And whenever Will gets back, we'll hear from him.
Okay. Yeah.
Oh, there we go.
While Tom was talking, like I was able to finally get my things, but like I wanted to let him finish. Like it was being dumb. So anyways, so I am Will I am, and I play Ark, the sorcerer of wild magic. And for Ark, let's see. Ark definitely sees himself as a hero. He's accomplished more than most people would ever dream of doing, slaying fiends, undead, and many more entities that threaten so many lives, and helped keeping other lives safe and taken care of. Despite that sense of guilt that his family led his city and many others to destruction for a greater good they saw was worth sacrificing so much, it doesn't stop him from trying to do better, and more often drives him to do so. He thought he was one months ago, but now he knows he is.
Nice. I like that confidence coming from Ark.
Landon out this week?
Landon is out this week. He doesn't do his homework, so.
Oh.
I don't know. He told me on Sunday, he's like, I might not be able to play because I have homework to do. And I saw him on Monday and I was like, so, you doing homework? No. And then he starts rolling out the excuses. I'm like, man, just do your homework. I don't care.
How old is he right now?
16.
Okay, yeah, no, that sounds about right. Like, that procrastination is kind of like settling in. Those high school
settling
years,
in?
I was like that.
Settling in? He's been a procrastinator since he's been like 4.
Oh, okay.
See, the worst part is most times when I was doing homework, I hated it. But then the one year that the teacher gave us the workbook for the math class, I sat down and I think like in 1 week I filled out the whole damn book. So I never had to do homework again for the rest of the year.
Like, can I just give this to you in case I forget it at home?
Yeah, that was basically it. I showed him like halfway through the year, and he's like,
"You want to just grade it and I won't show up?"
I threw up. Crap. Like, the weirdest part about me when I was growing up with homework is that I would do it. I would, but then I would never turn it in. And my mom was was furious with me the amount of times that she found homework in my bag that, like, I never turned in.
So weird.
Kids
How
are
come you
weird.
didn't turn it in?
I don't know. I really don't. Like those memories are long gone, dude.
Yeah, I was kind of in the middle. I did homework and I didn't do homework. I weighed the odds. You want me to memorize the states and their capitals? What percent of my grade is that? I'll take the L. All right, so we are now on a quest to destroy the hand and eye of Vecna.
All right.
How the hell did we get caught up in that?
Cat dragged it in.
Somebody's brilliant idea.
Hey, let's just go destroy, 2 ancient artifacts of unknown evil. That sounds like a good idea.
It's pretty known evil. It's pretty close to home. He's your pen pal.
That is true.
All right, so you wake up in the morning, Sombra, and for some reason you're compelled to study your Tome of the Stilted Tongue, or Stilled Tongue.
I was still compelled to study that.
So you break that thing open, and in the back there's a note there.
Uh-oh.
It is it says, I understand your need to fulfill such a destiny. Understand that if you do come after me, it will not end well for you. Astarak was but a pawn. I am a god.
A dead god?
The way you seek
Well,
is through Tovag Baragu. I'll write that in chat. The way you seek is through Torvag Baragu. Unless you wish to make your own way. Hearts.
Okay.
B.
Where would I find this Torvag Bargu? I mean, I don't necessarily need to ask that to the book, but generally
yeah.
speaking, I could probably do some type of
Book
research on this guy. But hold up just for a second. This tome, the Tome of the Stilted Tongue, gave me this name.
Yes.
Mhm.
So my first question would be, why would the Tome of the Stilted Tongue, which is an artifact of Vecna, correct?
Mhm.
Why would it give me the name of a person to seek to figure out how to destroy his artifacts?
And it's not the book giving it to you. It's actually Vecna writing you little love notes in the back.
But yes, it's Vecna. Vecna's giving me a name of a person to search down, a person who may assist in the quest of destroying his hand and eye. That is what I'm getting at, correct?
Yeah.
Guys, any thoughts?
Oh, you come to tell us? Okay.
I say, hey, interesting conundrum here. We're just talking about this. And then all of a sudden, I crack open my old book here, and I got this little note. Any thoughts?
Well,
okay.
I mean, if he knows what we're doing, at least he knows you want to keep the book.
That's why I don't know if it's a great idea for us to destroy the hand and the eye, because the book is, part of this whole thing.
The thing, well, I think, well, the book is like very, very cool and has stuff that does things, but like, I could totally understand Vecna themselves having complete control over the hand and eye because they're literally parts of his body. I don't think the tongue on that tome actually is their tongue. Otherwise, that thing would be. Well,
Are you
how many?
sure?
How many? Yeah.
Are
how
you
many of those
sure?
things are there?
Do I know if this tongue is actually the tongue of Vecna?
Oh hell no,
Rich?
that's not Vecna's tongue.
Okay, that was just some rando tongue, some randos.
Great.
Suddenly you
Just
can't
like-
speak.
Sorry about that. I forgot to tell you there is a wish spell, and I may have
May have needed an ingredient for it.
yeah, exactly.
I mean,
I'll gladly give my tongue for the greater good.
see, the worst part is I can see it going either way. It's like as a test for you, and because it's like I don't know. He is a multi-level thinking god.
True.
But then again, I mean, could just easily be a trap, and I know he'd want this out there. I mean, if there was some way to communicate back to him to lift the curse from it utterly, then I don't think there'd be an issue with this being out in the world. But
Yeah. So what was the purpose? But again, does anybody? This is a Tristan thing, wasn't it?
What's that?
destroy the hand and eye?
Yeah.
Oh no, this was a Loston thing.
It was a Loston thing.
Yeah, no, Tristan, Roger is full on committed to using it when necessary.
But what does this gain us in the entire battle of the devil? You know.
Sorry, hold on one second. I'm getting a phone call.
Fame and prestige, and having that recognition that we definitely destroyed something that was like one of the most vile things in all of existence is, like, hey, good people, we could totally destroy some really evil things. Want to help us destroy even more evil things? Kind of deal.
Gotcha.
Yeah, it's basically a bargaining chip. Another status in your corner.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe even converting some of the people of Sanguera back to your side. Because there's not a lot of doubt, but there's still the haters out there who think you flooded the world on purpose.
Okay. Well, I mean, we just
Fake news.
Exactly. It's a problem.
Yeah, they get right out there and say it. They don't hide behind any masks.
They don't have a bunch of banners up on the overpass as you drive by. I'm sorry.
Just flags.
Just lots and lots of flags.
Because that's super respectful, leaving a flag out all night. Whatever weather.
You should see it, Sean. Just craziness. Absolute craziness.
Every fucking overpass from San Jose to Gilroy.
It's
has
absolutely
fucking flags
crazy.
on it.
Bunch
And
of
like
freaking
at least
crazies.
2 weeks or 2 days out of the
Will
week,
be
there's fucking a pack of people up
I'll be
there
right back.
waving flags and waving to people.
All right. So we're doing this because Lawson thinks it's a good idea. That's fine. So let's the tongue pinned to the covers of the 4 copies came from other spellcasters who crossed Vecna. Oh, that's the thing about it, isn't it? Sweet. All right.
Maybe yours could
So-
be on a book one day.
So basically, what we're saying is, Sombra's going to lose his tongue. Do we have one of those rings of regeneration, perhaps?
You got a cleric who shows up every once in a while.
That's true.
Just don't get it cut off on the odd session.
Yeah. All right. Cool. Well, let's go track down this Torvald gentleman.
All right, so you want to give me a history roll, Sombra?
Of course. Ooh, maybe I'll roll that through here. Bing, bing. Uh-oh, there we go. History. History, I am not proficient in history somehow. Still got a +6, but that's not a great roll. Sorry, guys. Not proficient in history. Anybody else proficient in history? I doubt you are.
Austin might be. Sounds like a very Loston thing.
I might check. I know I'm proficient in Arcana, but I don't know about history. Nope, not history. No.
No, Lawson's only got a +4.
Many times as some rando has made the same mistakes, he is not an expert in history.
Okay. Well, 13 it is then.
All
Sorry.
right.
It's not
So
terrible.
Tovag Bargu is also called the Navel of Orth, translated from the tongue of the Bakluni people.
Okay.
Also known as stone circles, it is found on the salty shore of Lake. Oh God, Udra Konkar.
Sounds
Deep
reasonable.
in the heart of the dry steppes. It's a mysterious structure of massive stone blocks. It's ancient.
Okay.
Its precise origin is unknown. Most scholars believe that it is only only surviving structure of an old human empire. An event known as the Invoked Devastation destroyed that empire.
Okay. Sounds like a lot of history on this guy. So can we? Do
It's a
we?
place.
Anybody have an idea?
It's a place.
Yes, it's a place. Is a place on this plane of existence?
It is in it is on Orth, so that is the prime of Greyhawk.
Another prime we don't know because we don't know any.
All right.
And the steppe nomads who inhabit the local stone circles believe them to be holy ground. So they don't necessarily like people poking around them.
Okay.
So what was this about? Sorry.
We're trying to find the location where this guy's at. That's all.
I think I just pasted it all in chat.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Hey, there it is.
Stupid foot's asleep. Can't move my foot.
Hold up, Mom. Hold on.
Okay. So, remind me again how we get out of this plane. We're in the bubble, right?
I don't know where you are. I think you are on in Sigil, I would assume.
Oh, we're in Sigil. Okay, so we can go anywhere then.
Yeah.
So this is a meta thing. If we want to go to another world that is on the material plane, one of the easiest ways is one of the newer spells that was released. Like it was something of the blue veil.
That's a ridiculous ass spell.
Yeah, it's very interesting.
It's more of a like a DM fiat, it feels like to me, than an actual spell for traveling.
We were able to use it once in another campaign, and it's like, it made sense, and we made really good work with using that spell and kind of like making it into an actual machine. Really, really fun stuff.
Yeah, I think plane shift would be much easier.
So he wants to send us to a holy place. Very much feels like he wants us to go desecrate someplace.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what it looks like from just reading that. What did I get from my studies?
The sword is in Citadel Cavitius. Let's see here. Pop that open. Okay, go away.
So the stone circles. So basically Stonehenge.
Mm-hmm.
And this place is rumored to be on the border of the negative energy plane and the Shadowfell.
That's right.
Right. We were talking about
That's
that.
right. Yep.
Because we had to figure out a way to shield us from the negative energy plane. So yeah, I mean, if the research says if he's sending us there, I don't know why.
So we need the sword. We need the stone circle. So we need the sword, and we need to go to Stonehenge. Again, I don't trust half the things this freaking book ever says. He's probably speaking in riddles, but for some reason, Rich is leading us down this path. So.
Yeah, but I mean, how many times have we been suckered by some J-hole?
Exactly. That's the problem.
I want to just ignore it utterly. But then again, why would he? I mean, other than a Colossus trap, possibly to get us to weaken his enemies by defiling a holy ground.
Yeah. Is there anything else I can read about this craziness? The stone? I mean, I read about this guy, but is there anything else that would come to mind? Like, Vecna was a very famous lich, and is well known in the multiverse as potentially a god. And I understand that the book gave me this location to go. I mean, we can go visit the location, but we're kind of afraid of traps. So, any thoughts on how we can maybe minimize that, concern, you guys?
I mean, if we don't have the sword and the hand out there, then, and we're just asking questions, I don't think that would be. I think that would be okay, because as long as we don't act while there, you know what I mean?
Raising suspicions, you mean?
No, I mean, as long as we don't do anything to, as long as it's only knowledge we're after from them. If we do poke around physically ourselves or, pull out a sword and hack into some eyes and into an eye and a hand, that might go wrong.
Yeah.
So as long as, like I said, as long as it's just the information, I don't think it'd be that bad.
Okay. Well, let's go give it a shot.
We say with hesitation.
Severe con.
We want to
confidence.
do we want to get this? We want to get the sword first.
No, because I'm worried if we have the sword and the eye and the hand, that we're going to end up being forced down a path we don't want to be.
Well, isn't that the path we're trying to go to?
The path we're trying to go to, but I'd rather go into it.
What, is there some sort of synergy with all these things reuniting?
Yeah.
You know that for
No.
sure, or are you just afraid of it?
I'm afraid of it.
Oh. Well, I guess that could be some of the questions we ask.
Right, because...
I mean, what if the only way we can kill him is with the sword?
Well, yeah, that's how you're supposed to destroy the hand and eye, is with the sword.
So you wanna be able to have the hand and the eye and run around with those and then go get the sword. Is that right?
I already have the hand and eye.
Oh, you do. Oh, yeah, right.
We have the hand and the book.
Yeah, I've had the hand and eye for a little while now. I would say forever, but it really hasn't been forever. It's been technically like 3 months. Actually, no, at this point, maybe closer to 5 or 6.
True.
But thanks to a jackass who won't be named, we gained possession of the eye. And we were kind of forced into that. Well, I was forced into that. Not talking about it, though.
Okay. So go. So we're planning. Which way you go? Want to go to the stone circles first, then I guess.
Yeah.
Okay, stone circles it is. So you said the Greyhawk plane.
Yes.
Okay. Let's jump on the train, boys.
Choo choo.
Up on the train to the Greyhawk plane.
Nice.
Yeah, the Tour Kickers band on tour.
Well, we do have one bard and, a guy that does pyrotechnics, so I'm the pyrotechnics dude.
And there's a piano playing bard on board the train.
Oh, we do? I thought we had a banjo playing one.
Oh, she plays piano.
Oh.
She's,
Like, I
I always pictured her as the Billy Joel of orcs.
Like, I should know this because I played her. Or I did play her, right? Like, in that one shot?
I think so.
I don't remember. Yeah.
I remember playing a bard, and she almost died at the very end.
All right. So, you gather some maps, and Doc Brown is all too happy to fly you guys there. He says, "Oh, I've heard wonderful things about this place. I've always wanted to visit. I don't know about these stones arranged in circles, though. That seems a little crazy. But we'll go there. Take some time off, though. Maybe." So you guys plane shift with the train and fly out. He flies you out to the edge of this lake. And as the train comes down, these stone pillars come into focus.
Does it look like Stonehenge?
No, it looks like what's on the screen. Did that pop up for you guys?
Oh. Ooh, wow. It does look like Stonehenge.
That's like Uberhenge.
Like freaking 50 different rings.
It's like the Atlantis of Stonehenge.
Yeah.
or else that's just
Oh, wow.
Some dominoes set up, and we're just
Okay, so like how many aliens are we going to be able to summon with this thing?
All of them.
All of the aliens.
Dude, the worst part is looking at that thing. It looks like, if in between those rings there was little rivers, then it would look like how Atlantis is described with the circles and the circles and circles.
Yeah.
Then it would have a temple in the very direct center and elephants on the outside.
It's pretty badass. So
flying in closer, you can see that there's like 5 rings of these things. And I don't know, it's kind of hard to see on this picture, but as you get closer, you see that each of these structures are basically 3 large pieces of stone set in like an A, I guess, formation. Like a doorway.
Hey!
An arch.
Doorway.
Let's see here. All right, so these are in the Stonehenge fashion, in the dry steppes. It's a grass-covered plain. There are some woods around, but not near. There's some woods in the steppe plain, but or in the dry steppes, but not here. Nothing really grows around here. As you get closer to it, you can see like just the plant life dying off until it's pretty much dirt and then stone and then this structure.
So basically, we're gonna land kind of outside this area. We're gonna talk. Hopefully, not have to like make enemies with the steppe nomads, and perhaps learn more about the stone structures and what power it holds.
Right.
All right, so let's see here. So yeah, you get down there and you haven't seen anybody around at all. You don't see any structures at all. You don't see you don't even see really a road coming up to this place. There's like maybe a little trail coming up to it. But it wouldn't be for many people at a time, and it definitely wouldn't have carts or horses or anything on it. Um, so the whole area of the lake around here is totally dead. There is probably nothing living in it. The whole bank is just salt stacked up into like salt flats.
Mm-hmm.
This thing seems to be made up of tiles of huge stone, almost polished stone, and they
Bless you.
are
Thank you.
a mile across.
A mile across?
Yeah.
Jesus.
So there is so the edge that, or the side that is closest to the lake, has got like windblown salt crust on it, and the side that's closest to the plain has like dirt and soil windblown across it. So it's this smooth white stone, and then as you go closer to the center of the circle, there's these 5 rings of obelisks, and they're made from the same white stone, and they form concentric circles all the way to the center. The pillars are completely featureless, or most of the pillars are completely featureless. Some of them are fluted. Each one of them is 40 feet high.
Anybody want to use some like a perception roll to see if we're being watched or anything? Because we're in the stone circles now, right?
No, you're still kind of viewing from above.
Oh, I see. Okay. We're not in the stone circles.
Yeah.
So we're viewing from above. This is the stone. But do we see these nomads? Do we see any sign of civilization around it?
No, not at all.
Okay.
Let's circle outwards a bit and see if we can find any signs of civilization within a few, like, I don't know, within like 30 miles?
So Torvag Bargu is on like the eastern side of the lake. If you fly around to the north, you can see a town.
Okay, so they're on the other side of the lake, so they should have some information about the.
How big of a town?
Let me see.
Fishing village style?
Sorry. Give me just a
Mm.
minute. It's a decent sized city.
Oh,
Population of 13,000.
wow.
Okay.
All right, so let's go there and ask about Travag and its keepers.
Okay. So I think if we land in the town first, it might be better for our health. I think if we try to go directly to the stones, we might get accosted.
Yeah.
Now we are like super high level characters, so we could probably burn down anything that tries to get close to us, but that might not be the hero thing to do. It might be more of a villain thing.
No, but at this point, Loston is fighting every bone in his body not to go straight over there and play the cautious step and talk to the people first.
So, how close are you going to land the train to the city?
Figure we'll circle it and then go half mile out.
Oh right, did we actually finish that that idea from last session, the flying
Yeah, the
carpet
token
thing? Yeah, okay.
Yeah, it's not a flying carpet. It's just a wagon
Yeah,
that can fly
the flying wagon
and turn into a token.
Nice. Okay, so are we just gonna go all Prince Ali on this, or
Yeah, it's a big city. I mean, I'm sure they deal with magical shit. So as long as we do it, as long as the trade circles and then slowly comes down, I'm sure they'll send out the appropriate welcoming community that won't have wands of magic missile pointed at us.
All right, and then are you going to ride the thing into the town? Ride the cart into the town?
I want to wait and see if they send out a party or whatever. If they don't, then yeah, we'll ride in. Because if they send out a party, then they're cautious. If they're not, then they deal with some visitors, even the ostentatious ones like us.
There is no party.
Alright.
Okay. So we can just land then.
Yeah, and ride the wagon in. Ride our horseless carriage.
So what do we want to seek out? Maybe religious circle. So we probably want to go to, say, one of the religious areas, like a church, temple, something of that sort.
Are you all going to go together, or are you going to split up?
Well, it's an unknown place. We probably shouldn't split up, should we?
No,
not yet. No. So I'm kind of curious about, are there like a lot of people walking around, or is it like people are sort of shut inside the buildings, or like what's the life?
It's
like
daytime, so it's like regular kind of daytime activities for a city.
Okay, so it's like casual city, not anything like very out of the norm.
Correct. Yes.
Okay. Let's go inside. Are these people like just regular mix of races, or is it just like one particular race in general?
It is a mix, yeah.
It's a mix, okay. All right, then I think we stick together, guys.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Okay.
So,
All right, so where are you guys heading?
Well, it's religious. We want to figure out more about it, what the significance of it is. So we probably want to learn a little bit about it. Probably, I would say,
Temple or
as a
something.
wizard, a temple, or a library, or something of that nature. Or we could split up if you guys really wanted to. I mean, I just don't know how these people are.
right.
Well, they seem. I mean, are we out of the ordinary to these people? We probably don't blend in.
Yeah,
And do they
probably
know
not.
us?
You are. I mean, the main reason you don't blend in is because you are high level, so you're getting looks, like kids are running up to you, that kind of stuff. You.
We're not known by name around here yet.
No, you're definitely not known by name around here. But it's unless you're taking precautions to be, you are obviously high level people, very powerful people.
I'm kind of cool with being seen and stuff like that, and and kind of flaunting it a little bit.
Yeah, as you go through the town, you notice more and more that this is like a market city. So there's a huge open market kind of in the center of the city. And then the districts are kind of placed around the outside of that market. A small keep on a hill farthest away from the lake. The lake is fed by a river that runs north to south.
So the keep would be most likely where the
King would
lord
live.
or whatever
Yeah,
of the
right.
city, yeah. Yeah, no. I mean, if we were doing business, I'd go there, but make proper introductions. But
So the reason why you think that we should stick together is just keep each other.
Well, I was
safe?
just making sure that it wasn't going to be a place we want to get split up, and then all of a sudden we're getting accosted. And not to say it should matter anything. Like, again, we're really high level. There shouldn't be
Yeah.
nothing in this world in this town
Because
that
you
could
guys
have
are going to
any-
want to go check out
Well,
religious
I literally
shit and
just
study, and some
literally-
rando's just going to want to go drink at the bar because that's really not his style.
well, and the
That's
bar is
literally-
also a great place to pick up rumors and stuff.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
so I literally just died 2 sessions ago. So, like, even though, like, Ark is very confident in himself, he still knows that, like, there are things that will kill him out there.
Still has flashes of being disintegrated.
It's going to kill you.
I
Yeah, the
didn't really
guide-
feel
the-
all too well, Mr. Stark.
The guards are eyeing you warily. They're hoping that you're not going to do anything in town.
That's fair.
So let's
All
just
right.
go 2 and 2 then. I guess Ark and Som go hit the more established places like temples and whatnot, and or Sombra and Ark, and then Som and I will go hit the seedier places.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
I need help finding my Switch.
It's in the
Oh.
bedroom.
He needs help.
No, not right
Okay.
now. I can get it in a couple minutes for you. Like 10 minutes maybe. It's my fan.
I know he's happy.
stole it from you then, because you never use it.
I don't know. Wait, how are these lights red?
They
Let's
are.
go get.
I'll get it in like 10 minutes, unless you want to go get it. Just turn on all the lights on the way. All right, so... All right, what are you guys doing? You hitting the taverns? Or are you...
Sam and I are.
Yeah,
And
so are
Sombra and
you...
Ark are going to go hit the libraries and temples.
Right,
Yeah,
okay,
I'm cool
so...
with that. Let's
tavern
see, do I have any
first.
spells with that?
What are you guys doing?
I want to go in maybe with some flyers. And kind of hand out some flyers and let it be known that we're new to town. And
What did these flyers say?
about the train and the services we provide.
Okay. So people are... I mean, if you're heading towards the seedier side of town, people are kind of side-eyeing you and like not taking your stuff. They're not interested in your wares. They're more interested in their drinking or their gambling.
Or sizing us up to rob us.
There's always that.
You doubt that from the nature of the people in this area.
Yeah, if they don't care about that, then spike up conversations about local interests and be very generous about buying drinks for those I'm talking to.
Okay. And what are you doing, Rando?
Same thing. I'm backing him up. He's
I'm the dandy. You're the...
Yeah, you can roust up the crowd and start talking to him, and then I'll walk behind the crowd and check him out from behind and see if there's anybody interesting that I could talk to him about. I'll be the bad cop.
All right. Well, all right, Rando, why don't you give me an intimidation roll? And Loston, give me a persuasion or deception, whichever you prefer. And then
I'll go with persuasion.
What about the other two? You guys are heading to the more scholarly areas. What are you picking?
I think we hit a temple first, and because it's considered to be a religious area.
Okay.
Just kind of curious, what makes it so good, or what makes it so whatever the right term is. What do you think, Ark?
I'm really trying to see if there's any spells I might have that might influence or give us a good first impression. I'm not seeing anything good. So the churches here, or at least the people that go to these churches, what kind of church is it that we can discern that do we know any of their philosophies or sort of like do's and don'ts?
You can give me a religion check if you like.
Okay.
Are you proficient in religion?
I am not. I only have +1.
All right, I'll roll for the religion then.
Okay. Yeah.
To interject real quick, Rich, I'm gonna use a luck point and re-roll that.
Go for it.
I'm not going to use a luck point and re-roll this one because it was a natural 20.
All right, so the first church that you kind of see walking through the
Come on.
the like temple district is dedicated to Saint Cuthbert. Sorry. He is the god of forthrightness. Sorry. He is like a lawful neutral or a lawful good god. And what was the question you asked, Will?
If they have any particular like tenets that they follow, or like do's and don'ts that they really like or dislike.
Where are you going with this?
Mainly, I just want to try and give a good first impression, as well as not step on any toes.
Okay, yeah, no problem. All right, so you wander into this temple, and there's no services going on or anything. There is the pews are set up in kind of like a circle around a pulpit in the center. It's not like a traditional pulpit though. It's not as high. It's more like waist high, and it kind of is like half of a circle. And there are some papers and a couple books scattered on that. And towards the back, you can see like a small office and kind of like a room for like a parlor. And there's a man in the office writing in a book.
So let's go chat with him. That would be your realm, Mark, since you're the charisma guy.
Heh. Okay. So
I'm the research guy, you're the charisma guy.
Yeah. So I want to come up, like try to get their attention, but be very formal about it.
You're walking through a large empty church, so like the moment you get halfway through it, you have his attention.
Okay. Hello and good day. We are a couple of
Acolytes.
Yeah, acolytes, and we are wishing to procure some knowledge that might be able to help us in
Our pilgrimage.
Help us in our pilgrimage for
Finding the true way.
Yeah, the true way and the. Oh wait. So, just a reminder: what is the god that is being worshipped here? Or if there's a specific god.
Saint Cuthbert?
St. Cuthbert.
Okay.
My background is acolyte. So
Yeah.
I don't know what that gives me anything here or allows me to know more of the religious maybe.
I'm just a swindler, so I'm just really good at like deceiving people.
I'm not saying that they share
I'm
my
pretty decent.
obviously they don't share my faith, but I do obviously have a relatively good God. As is good God. I'm not saying that I would be like, oh, brother, it's not like that,
right.
But
yeah.
But you're versed in like religious, I don't know, stuff.
Like duties.
Like I understand
procedures.
like that. Yes, I understand.
Well,
the
not
ritual.
just that, like the I can't think of the word.
The lifestyle?
No, like, I mean, kind of lifestyle kind of fits it. But yeah, so.
But there's a different word that you're looking for.
Mm-hmm. What'd you say, Rando?
Dogma?
No, not so much. Kind of like how they act and how they talk, kind of, right? It'd be like the difference between like a Christian walking into Muslim temple would kind of like know some stuff, right? They would have an idea of what's
They
going
would
on.
understand the
And wouldn't
religiosity.
be like,
religiosity.
"What the fuck's up?" You know, that kind of stuff. They'd know how to talk and act in a church.
Mhm.
So he looks up at you and he says, "Welcome to the Church of St. Cuthbert. My name is Tenneth. What is this pilgrimage you are on? And am I to understand you are acolytes of St. Cuthbert?"
I am more new to the beliefs myself. My elder brother here has been going through the processes of such things for much longer than I have, but he is.
I will say,
yeah.
I will tell him in Elvish that I am a follower of Seldarin, but he may not understand Elvish, so I'll state it in Elvish, and then I'll say, well, when I grew up, obviously where I grew up, there was unfortunately no faith of St. Cuthbert, but I definitely, my brother and I were on a pilgrimage because we have heard great things about these stone circles. We've heard that they were extremely powerful and religious, and we felt that if it was in our power to come here and visit them, it would be a great thing to see and to feel the power of the gods.
He leans back in his chair and kind of throws his quill down, and I don't know, almost like violently. And he leans back and kind of rocks in his chair and says, "St. Cuthbert doesn't have anything to do with those stones. What are you boys after?"
We speak the truth. We seek the stones. We seek the stones, and we've heard that they hold power to allow us to rid this world of evil.
We might be a little bit misguided in our presumptions of how things work because we are not locals. We hear bits and pieces and try to put together what we can from far away. And now we're here, and now we wish to learn.
I have nothing to teach you on those stone circles. I just said that St. Cuthbert has nothing to do with those.
That's
Those are
no big deal.
They've stood the test of time from an ancient race of humans, but they've all but been wiped. They've been all wiped out.
Well,
now heretics, worshippers of the hells and the abyss, use those stones for who knows what.
Well, then perhaps we will rid the world of said heretics and worshippers of the abyss then. Maybe that's what our true calling is.
He says, "It doesn't look like I need to tell you to be careful, but I would watch out for worshippers of Ayuz."
Ayuz. Do I know anything about this god Ayuz?
You can give me a religion check.
My religion. My religion. 28.
Hey.
I'll say, I have heard of these worshippers of Ayuz, and yes, they are filthy scoundrels.
So Ayuz is he's a demigod. Basically, he is well, he's not even really a demigod. He is he's a Cambion. He is the son of Grazit and Igwivel, who is otherwise known as Tasha.
Igwibble? Tasha?
Oh no! Like, okay, so at a game, I know what that means a bit. In game, could I make a history check on that, even though I'm not proficient?
I don't think that you need to,
Okay.
because I mean, Tasha is obviously a renowned spellcaster, which she has spells named after her, so you would know who she is.
Yeah.
And if you
Okay.
didn't, then Sombra
would know.
most certainly would, right?
Tasha's Hideous Laughter. A few other.
And then
Tasha's. Oh wait.
Grazit is a
I
demon
have
lord.
one of those spells.
Grazit
Tasha's another-
is a demilord, yes.
Yeah.
Demon Lord.
Demon lord. Demon,
Yeah, sorry. Demon Lord, but
Demon
yes.
Prince. Demon lord.
Demon.
So he
Demon
rules
something, yeah.
Yeah, he rules a plane of the abyss. And he is the son of these two. He is sometimes called the Old One. He is worshipped as a god of deceit, pain, oppression, and evil. But he does not have as great a following as true gods do. He's a
So
demigod at
I know
best.
I know Gratz because he's on the title. Or he's on the Into the Abyss.
Mhm.
Obviously, he's an underworld, demon lord. But Oots is he's basically he's a demigod.
At best, this man
Demigod.
says, yeah.
I see. Okay,
He's an ascended mortal.
gotcha. And these people, these worshippers, these cultists, basically go to this circle and try to summon him.
Oh no, he lives in this world.
Oh, he lives in this. Does he live in those circles? Like
No.
in some?
No, he lives farther away. He lives in
Okay,
the
so-
Howling Hills.
So why do cultists come to these circles if he lives in this world?
They have recently come. I do not know what they're doing there. They have
I
recently
see.
passed through.
Have they been disrupting the town's activities?
They came out the other side of the river, or came up the other side of the river. They were noticed. It was rumored that Ayuz was with them, but there was no confirmation on that.
Oh, interesting. It sounds like it spelled trouble though, which is
Yes.
why which is why you had such vitriol when we mentioned those stone circles.
Yes.
Hmm.
Yes, nothing good goes on there.
Well, we have only heard rumors. However, we have heard, and the reason why we are here is to potentially rid this world of some evil, if these circles are what we believe they are. However, our sources are untrustworthy, so we may need to do more investigation. However, if that leads us to the path of these cultists and eliminating this as a scourge on your land, maybe we'll take that up as a cause as well.
Says yes. We would appreciate that.
I feel like The Witcher.
And you would be
Yes. We would be compensated greatly, correct?
you would be welcome back here should you need anything. You would have the ability to use your background feature at this time.
I see. All right, well, maybe we can make some friends, but maybe if these friends had benefits, that'd be good.
Mhm.
That I say that over the telepathic link. I don't necessarily want to have
Friends-
sex with the
Friends
priest.
with-
Okay. Well,
Hmm.
well, at least you're not a little boy.
Whoa!
All right,
Okay,
so
anyways.
10 minutes ago, Lawson and Rando, you walked into this bar full of sullen faces and grumpy people and people not wanting to give you the time of day. And now people are standing on the bar singing with you. sloshing beer all over, and generally partying it down. Rando, pair of ones.
What?
A pair of ones.
Yeah,
And I was
know.
like, you couldn't do any worse with your
Okay.
luck. Never mind.
I didn't do any worse.
Did not do any worse.
So what kind of
That's
questions
true.
are you asking, Lawson? As the merriment goes from a boil to a simmer.
I start out, about the town, about the area in general, about the lake, and then move on to across the lake and the Stonehenge thing, the Tavu.
Yeah, so you
Torva.
get kind of some similar information that you already that I've already said. It's a market town. The Dead's kind of a dead lake. On this shore, though, it's directly fed by the river, so there's a little more life in it, but it doesn't go much out before it just is stagnant water, pretty much.
So it goes from brackish to just unlivable pretty quickly.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah, so the lake is Lake Spendlow, and the river is the Hool River. The Tovog is an ancient place. Nobody really knows like who built it or who worshiped there. There's all kinds of crazy random fucking aliens built it, and storm giants came down and built this thing. All kinds of crazy stories they'll tell you, but none of them seem to quite make sense. It's hard to determine what exactly would have been able to bring these 1 mile stone slabs down and put them in the ground. But they will they'll tell you about the worshippers of Ayus being seen down the opposite side of the river. All of them will attest to have seen Ayus himself being carried on a whatever those things are called, right? 4 guys, and he sits in the middle. But they don't know for sure if that's where they were going, or because they would have to go basically all the way around the lake or across the lake to get to it.
Okay. Sound like somebody would want to talk to anyways. Yeah, I guess that's it. Sean?
Any follow-up questions?
Can't think of anything. Nothing that these people would know anyway. I mean,
I wanted to say over our little link would be basically, listen, we're going to be probably looking for some cultists to hang out at this that have been coming to this stone circle for the last few weeks, months, with something.
wow.
And they are bringing with them a potential demigod who could be a source of information and or a source of evil.
So you're saying they may be here in the seedier part of the town, like hanging out undercover?
Oh, I don't think they're here. They're at the town. You said that they crossed from a river from the other side of the stone circles from the town, but they might be up in the foothills or the trees or the forest that we, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we're getting something similar to that. They were carrying somebody down. Yeah, they'd probably be the ones we want to go talk to.
Talk to.
Wipe out, bring back for the dead, and interrogate the dead back.
Bless you.
Oh, excuse me. Excuse me. Thank you.
I've been sneezing all night. Actually, all day. Something. My nose keeps itching. So, I don't know if if you want to try to gather information about these cultists at the bars that you're in, or maybe figure out where they might be holing up. Perhaps that'd be a line of questioning you guys could use.
Actually, yeah, that'd probably be smart of us.
Yeah.
What do you think?
Yeah, push the stories about those followers as far as they'll go with the patrons. Especially see if anybody's purposefully holding back or leaving, making them uncomfortable.
No, you don't get any of that.
Okay.
They say
Especially now they're over here making them laugh.
they say that Ayuz comes from far to the north. It would have been a long journey. And it looked like he had, a small town with him of people. So one guy will say that, if you're looking for them, they can't be hard to find. Because they would have had to, they're practically a small town. They're a large caravan of people.
Like gypsies.
No, like caravan through the desert.
Oh, I see. I'm not there, so I'm just thinking out loud. Sorry. Obviously.
It helps to get it clear.
Okay.
Yeah, there are like thousands of these guys apparently.
And what time of year do they usually go through?
Never.
Oh.
They just came through last week.
Oh, it's just last week. Oh, so they're still on their way. Okay.
No, they're gone now. They
came through and kept going.
Yes.
So, okay.
I mean, there's not much south of us. It's mountains to the south. Unless they went out into the bay, but then they wouldn't have even passed our town to get into the bay. And if they're going into the bay, they would have probably went by ship anyway.
But they came through on the south side and kept going?
On the west side.
On the west side. But they would have to go south to go around the river if they were going that way.
Yeah, let's draw a map here. And pop into the scene. Here already. Has everybody got the scene up?
Yes.
So the river kind of comes down like this. Is that a good color? Is that bad for anybody aside from me?
It's fine.
Yeah, that's good.
Fine.
It comes down the mountain.
Then, actually, you know what? It looks like the lake feeds the river.
Or the river's feeds the lake.
I am incorrect in that. The lake feeds the river, and the river meets up with another river and then flows into the bay over here. And the town is right here. Or the city is right there. The circles are down here. And the big party of travelers seen going this way.
You did bring up a picture of the the pillar, the stone area with the mountains behind it, right? Or am I looking
That's
at the
what I'm
wrong
seeing.
picture?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
So the river goes way up into the sky. Is that what you're?
Not really. He's showing a flat
No. Yeah.
version.
That's a.
River in the Sky. Sounds like a book or a.
Song.
I think it was a book. Okay, so the cultists are kind of camped out on the base of the
They have no
the
idea.
lake.
They have no
Or
idea.
they were
They
by the
didn't
lake.
send
and now-
anybody out. They're a market town, so they're not really interested in picking fights.
Gotcha.
So they didn't send anybody out looking for anything, and nobody was adventurous enough to go out on their own.
I see.
And we didn't see any large camps when we were circling.
No, and you saw a good area.
Huh.
Like
What's
you,
that
I would say
telling
you
us?
saw at least that much of the area.
I think we need to go in on with our carriage and see about tracking. Because I mean, that many people going through is going to lead a massive trail.
Yeah, we'll track them. Good idea. Too bad we don't have a ranger.
We don't need no stinking ranger. Although, anybody have survival?
Technically, no, but I'm a bard, so
All right, well, that's close enough then.
Hey, I know how to love, and as long as I know how to love, All right.
Oh no. Just kidding. We want to hear your love. Love in the elevator. No.
No.
All right, so let's go over there. We could take the train over there, or we could hike over there, or we could.
I think we just take the
Take the
horse's
carriage.
carriage.
The horse and carriage.
Horseless.
The horseless carriage. Yeah, I
A
like
horse
that too.
without carriage.
Give me the
Okay,
carriage.
To
so
the desert on a horseless carriage.
so yeah, you head out there, and you can see like the remnants of a large caravan passing. There's ruts where the wagons were pulled through. It looks like many wagons went through by the depth of the ruts. But all that just kind of stops near the circle. Like, it looks like they kind of went towards the circle, and then where like it starts to turn to stone, you kind of lose the tracks, but there's evidence that there was a camp there. There's like trash, and
I was
probably
gonna say
like,
a caravan like that would leave a lot of trash behind.
yeah, there's trash and probably feces scattered about. It looks like, well, give me a survival roll.
Oh my lord.
It looks like
Jesus
a lot of people
Christ.
pooped here. That's what it looks like.
Lot
Hey,
of
look
shit.
at all-
I
Look at all the
I
scat.
don't,
Somebody go sniff that for me.
I don't want.
Just-
No, I don't want to know this.
Describe the scent for me.
Definitely smell some beef in there.
Tasty. Too bad we don't have Tristan here. Tell us what the person ate and how well it was cooked.
Uh,
Yeah, so
Oh.
it looks like you guess that they camped here on the stone area, but there's not a lot of tracks because it's all stone. The stone area connects with the circles, and all their stuff is gone.
Gotcha.
my robe.
So they're gone. Can we see which way they exited?
No, there is no, like, you can take the rest of the night and kind of scout out around the circle, and you don't see tracks going out from any direction.
Oh, so they're here still, huh? Somewhere underneath the runes.
Yeah, if there is an underneath to the runes, then that's where you assume they will be.
You're back.
Yeah, and how close do you want to get to the archways? When you are exploring.
No closer than they did.
It's hard for you to tell how close they got. Really, where the dirt stops, or where the poop stops, is where you lose them.
I had a robe of useful items, but that I rolled out early, and I don't see it anymore. I thought there was a mastiff, so I guess we'll bust out the bag of tricks and see if we can get something that can track better than me. All right. A 4. We ain't got a boar.
All right. Sorry, what did I miss?
You guys are looking
That
for
is boar.
truffles.
Yeah,
Truffles. I'm not really a fan of truffles. I don't know. You guys like truffles for reals?
I don't like mushrooms, and that's like
Mushrooms
what they
with
seem
chocolate.
closest to me. So I will not try them.
The taste is so strong. It's just
Yeah,
a
that
little goes a long way.
holy crap. So no, are we go down underground yet?
We haven't found the entrance. I tried to pull out.
As far as
something out
I
of the
know,
bag
you
of
guys
tricks.
haven't really approached these archways either. Like, I'm assuming that you guys are probably, like at least, like 800 feet away. Would be probably the edge of these things.
I say we go down.
Yeah, we're gonna have to. I mean, if we want to.
Hey, we're adventurers, boys. Let's go adventure.
Oh well, as long as there's no Imperial dragons.
Adventure.
There could be, a demon lord.
As long as he's weaker than an
Indeed.
Imperial dragon.
Hey, so but before we decided to go in, did I tell you that I actually, simulacrumed Landon again?
Sounds
Ah.
good.
I am all behind that
Yeah.
plan.
100% behind that plan.
Oh yes.
Do it.
That was the day before, so I still haven't wished go back
Right.
because you never know when you're gonna have to fight a demon lord.
All right, so it's nighttime right now. Would you guys like to wait till morning or go right now?
Why does it matter to us? No, I think we should probably
Yeah,
wait till
let's
morning.
wait till the morning.
Yeah.
Nothing ever good happens
Like a
after
full
midnight.
rest.
But doesn't
Yeah.
more interesting things happen at night with these kind of things?
Yeah, I'm not gonna party with you no more.
Well, if it's
Yeah.
underground, if assuming it's underground, it's gonna be night all the time.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, let's do it.
So, sorry, short rest or no? Or long rest or no?
Yeah.
Yeah.
we'll-
Long
we'll-
rest,
we'll-
not on the stone though.
No, we'll camp
back
out in
up
the
a little
forest
bit.
on the beach,
On the salt flats.
and
Yeah.
I will
It's
pop.
the beach
I will
episode.
I will pop a mansion.
Nice.
Ooh.
Mansion popper.
Mansion popper. Hey, we
That
don't
sounds-
we don't sleep on the ground anymore, boys. We sleep in freaking luxury.
Sounds dirty.
No, it's not. It's actually clean. It's very clean. That's why we're sleeping in a mansion. Now get your mind out of the gutter.
Oh, if only.
All right, so you come out of the mansion, and it's a brisk, clear morning. There are a couple of clouds in the sky, but they are few and far between. And as you start heading in, well, do you directly, like, after you're done with your morning crap, do you, your morning crap, do you head towards the archways?
Yeah.
Yes.
All right, as you come in closer, you start to see something in each of these archways. Some of them seem kind of empty. Some of them have like this violet ripple flash through them every once in a while. Some of them are like completely black. And as you get up on them, some of them like show a different place on the other side.
Oh, goody.
So I'm assuming you're probably like
to hell.
Close to the outer ring right now.
So what does it show exactly? Sorry.
There are they all kind of show different things. Some of them there's like this violet. I can't say violet today. This purple ripple that kind of goes across it.
Probably the picture I'm looking at.
The side picture.
Yeah, exactly.
So
like all
each
the doorways.
archway is a little bit different, basically.
Yeah. Some of them like it's just total darkness in there. Some of them it's like a it's showing a different place on the other side. Like there's one that's showing like a snowfield and it's snowing on the other side, and one that's showing like rolling hills with green grass.
What the fuck? It's like a
and you assume
like dimensional
that's
doors
not
almost?
What's on the other side. You can verify by walking around them if you like.
But it's kind of like almost like a dimensional door, like a portal, like a gate, a bunch of gates, permanent gates.
Exactly.
Oh man, Landon will be freaking in heaven right now. How's Ice Landon? He's like, oh my god, look at all these gates, oh my god.
I know, he's only playing Minecraft. You should at least be watching Twitch.
So this is really cool. I'm going to scribble in my book. I'm going to write, what a beautiful place you've sent us to. I wonder what evil lurks here.
All right, and there's no written response.
I would not expect it yet. Did my book have anything to say, by the way, when I woke up in the morning?
Nope.
Okay.
Pen Pal's quiet today, huh?
I guess so. All right, so a lot of portals, a lot of gate-looking kind of things. I would assume if I cast detect magic, they would all emanate magic.
Yeah, probably.
Okay, and if they do emanate magic, what type of magic would they emanate?
I don't know, portal magic.
Well, my question really is it illusionary magic?
No.
Or is it like...
No. It's like portal magic, whatever a portal would be, whatever gate is.
Whatever teleportation.
Whatever teleport is, yeah.
What is that kind of magic? Abjuration?
Yeah, that sounds right.
Wait. I thought abjuration was protection magic.
Maybe.
Like, I think it's conjuration.
Conjuration.
Yeah.
Conjuration. Yeah.
That's teleportation magic.
Okay, perfect. Conjuration magic. So they look real, is what you're saying.
Yep.
Pick up a stone, I toss it into the one with the meadow. Does the stone go into the meadow?
It bounces through to the other side.
Does it bounce into the meadow that I can see?
No, you can hear it like bounce behind the archway on the stone.
So it doesn't actually go into the portal.
Correct.
So perhaps it needs to be a living thing that goes through the gate.
I was gonna say, can you try with your
Familiar? Yes.
yeah.
I conjure my familiar back.
Your familiar does not go through.
It doesn't go through.
Does it want to? Like bulks or
No,
bounces back?
it goes through. Like it goes straight through to the other side of the
So it's like it doesn't
archway.
it doesn't do anything.
Gotcha.
So
Seems like an
okay.
illusion. But what you surmise is that they're just not quite active. They need to be activated
So they're
somehow.
portals. So they're
So
portals
right
to
now they're
places
just
they
views.
could go.
Yeah.
Some of them, I would say that the majority of them probably do not have a view on the other side. They're more the purple and the complete black.
Study the arches themselves. Are there writing, runes?
They are,
Keyholes?
for the most part, most of them are completely just flat stone. Those look like they're runes on this one, but there aren't. Some of them are fluted, like columns, but the majority of them are just flat stone.
What's a fluted column? Like it has like details on it?
It has like the lines on it carved into it.
Gotcha. All right. So that's interesting. We can walk around these things, right?
Yeah.
Unless somebody wants to try to walk through one.
I do have the con and a okay wisdom, but like maybe it's a con. Maybe in. Balls to the wall. I'm the sorcerer. I run.
Fucking arc.
Ah!
You can have
It's funny if there's like a
inspiration for embracing your chaotic side.
Yes.
That you do not pass through anything.
So you just run through an illusion, essentially.
Basically, yeah. Except that an illusion would fade after you've interacted with it and determined it to be an illusion, and these aren't fading.
Again, there might be portals that haven't been activated.
Exactly.
Interesting.
Cool.
So it looked like there's been rituals in the dirt and stuff by these cultists.
There's not really any dirt here. It's for the most part stone.
Well, for what it's worth, I'm glad we didn't lose the arc.
Yeah. Just kidding.
How very thoughtful of you all.
So there are raised pathways. They're about a foot high. You can kind of see in this picture, you can kind of see 3 lines in the foreground. There are raised pathways that go through towards the center.
Well, let's head towards the center, I guess, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, so passing
Alright.
through, it's mostly more of the same. There are there's 2 paths that actually lead from the outside to the inside.
Be right back.
No, there's 3 paths, it looks like, that lead from the outside to the inside. From this view, it would be the 2 on the left go straight through. This one only goes through to
That's
third
right
rank.
on the hardwood floor.
What did he say?
Big old ground.
That's
Oh,
puke
okay.
on the cardboard floor.
Got it. All right. Are you guys stopping
By the way, you got paid.
each ring or
2 G's.
heading straight for the center?
I don't mind exploring a little bit, like kind of like
Yeah, we
testing. testing the
We
waters.
could split up too, right? I mean, as long as we have contact with one each other.
Yeah.
Back.
Yeah, so you could take probably like 2 hours and survey this whole thing. As you start looking around, you start noticing that more and more of these things are just empty, like don't have anything through them. The center ring is 18 in a circle. And if you look down here in the bottom left corner, there are what is that, 10? 1, 2, 3, 4, 8. There are 8 portals in this ring of 18 that have something going on in them. Yeah, in the bottom corner, it's the that's the center portal. The grid is 10 feet. So the center circle is about 30 feet diameter. Diameter. It looks like about a third of them are active.
Huh.
Okay, so there's 18 on the outer ring, you said?
Inner ring.
Inner ring, 18 inner ring. And how many on the outer ring? It gets bigger
100?
and bigger as we go,
Yeah.
right? So there's like hundreds all together.
Exactly. Yeah.
And every one of them looks kind of like a portal of some sort. Half of them are
No,
active. Half of them
yeah, about half of them do.
Gotcha.
Or a third of them. Some of them, as you get up on them, you notice that there isn't like a violet ripple that goes through it every once in a while. It's just completely empty.
Gotcha. Okay.
I'm sorry. The squares here are 30 feet, so that's a 90-foot diameter. And again, these things are 40 feet high. Most of them, or 2/3 of them, again, are you can see straight through, but the rest of them are like white haze, strange lights, and other visual distortions. It looks like there was a fight some time ago here. There is
Like what kind of? Sorry.
There is a scorch mark on the ground, about the size of a fireball. There is a couple broken arrows and bolts scattered around, and there are like blood stains and things like that.
Jesus. So recent. This is all recent stuff.
Fairly recent, yeah. Lawson can give me a survival check if you'd like.
Oh.
At most a week old.
So this might have been them.
You're pretty
Most
sure it was
likely.
them. Yeah, it was most likely them.
Huh.
So investigating more, you can see like bloody footprints heading up to one of these, or a couple of these portals. Let's see here.
Like fresh?
This one, not fresh, but in this week-old blood. This one. Stop. All right, and I'm gonna take a break. I will be right back.
Ooh. This is gonna be like another. That's like a dungeon crawl almost.
Like the original centaurs, not centaur. Is that was in the labyrinth?
Oh,
Oh yeah,
well,
the Minotaur.
Minotaur.
That's what it
You
is.
think this is a labyrinth thing? Could be. Have we found the entrance? Is there an entrance down?
Nothing has been mentioned that I can tell, that I remember.
Does anybody? I know that we talked about how they went under. They possibly went underground,
It could, yeah,
but we
Well,
don't
that's what
exactly.
we're assuming.
King underground. They could have gone through a portal.
True.
Right.
Like I'm kind of
Um,
interested. I'm kind of interested in knowing more about this fight that happened. Like,
right.
Why?
Yeah. Why did they fight before, or why did they come here? And did they come here to fight or to go somewhere?
Like maybe like was there like a infighting or did someone like ambush them here or like who are the parties that took place in this fight?
Well, obviously one of them was was those dudes, the caravan. So yeah, who were they fighting? That could be very important as to You don't think maybe he sent us here because there's a portal to where we're supposed to that cathedral?
Wait. So okay.
What cathedral?
Where he's the
Citadel?
the Citadel. Sorry, yeah, the Citadel, the cathedral.
Do we have identify in the party?
Of course.
Have we tried to identify? I don't remember if we did.
What are we trying to identify?
Oh,
I don't know, like this, like one of the stones, or maybe even though we can't like touch these illusions or whatever they are, maybe like still having our hand against it, like acts as like us in a way touching it to try and discern what's going on. I don't know. It's just kind of like experimenting with thoughts.
Gotcha. I don't know.
Maybe it's like colored colored air or something.
Well, no, I mean, I think casting identify on one of these archways would be a good idea.
I don't think it would give you much information.
Oh, okay.
Because if, like, the stones aren't showing magical at all. Just what's inside of them.
Wait, what about legend lore?
Yeah.
Like, this is a very, like, well-known place, and, like, it has a lot of, like,
True.
interesting history to it, so...
True. You're not wrong. You all right, Juju?
Mm-hmm. Am I eating too loud?
Well, sounds like you're moving some
You good?
boxes.
Huh.
So are we casting legend lore?
Yes. Why not? Let's do it.
Nice.
Hold on. Let me see. Make sure I have it. I know I have it. Make sure I have it.
Prepared.
Well, I'm sure I would have prepared legend lore during our long rest. That only makes sense. Does that make sense to everybody?
Yep.
Yeah.
Of course. But actually, I usually keep those things. That's a fairly common one I keep.
All right, so people attribute strange magical powers to Torvog Waragu. Explorers' journals describe how distant scenes were magnified when viewed through the stone arches, while some scenes may have been scribed magically. Tovog Waragu may also affect the local weather. Some believe it can scry distant times and planes, and that it might even provide a gate to these locations. Tovog Waragu is somehow important to a cult of Vecna worshippers. According to the lore of some record keepers, the cult enjoyed a resurgence almost 20 years ago, although it was stifled. About 7 to 10 years ago, the faithful congregated once more, and those who answered the call supposedly convened at Torvog Waragu, where they are said to have remained.
Okay, so basically, Vecna sent us to this worship circle because his cronies are here. This is not a place that we would go to destroy his eye and hand. It's a place to go where worshippers could gain access now to the eye and the hand. It's almost like a trap. That's how I interpret this potential issue. What do you guys think?
Oh yeah.
But we kind of had an idea that he's trying to trap us. Or he, or is it he? I don't even know. So any thoughts? Should we continue this, knowing that we're gonna encounter a whole bunch of real nasties who worship this guy?
Now, just like thinking about it, would he be like really pissed off if we went further about this, and like would he retaliate?
Well, the better question is, could he retaliate?
Well, he's a god, isn't he? Like, I don't doubt he could easily do so.
Vecna is not a god.
He's not.
Yeah,
He's
he is.
not.
He
Yeah,
he
I thought he was.
says he's a god. Does that make him a god, other than the fact that he has some crazy cultist worshippers?
You can have
Basically,
inspiration for that. Just to hammer that point home, you can have inspiration for that.
Repeat what you said, Tom.
I said he says he's a god, but that doesn't make him a god. other than the fact that he has a cult of crazy ass worshippers that come to this stone circle and basically try to summon him from his grave.
Okay.
So you're calling him a gold.
I'm calling him basically a entity that still exerts some power to the physical force, but not enough to really make any direct, challenges to humanity or whatever.
Huh.
But he's basically probably trying to gain worshippers. If the world of this, like,
He's
religion,
already got many worshippers.
No, more worshippers.
Oh.
And if they had the hand and eye of Vecna, just think of how many more worshippers he could bring, he could gain. And we brought the hand.
And if he bestowed the power of the hand and eye onto one of his powerful worshippers, then he would have.
And the book too, by the way.
Oh yeah. Yeah, no. This seems like a place we need to come back to, and once we've researched the tech tree to nuclear arms, and just drop one here later.
I mean, we could clean this place out of its vermin real quick if we wanted to. We could burn this place down.
Stone.
Okay, so I guess the question is, guys, do we want to pursue killing off the demigod who has taken residence here with these cultists?
Demigod.
I love how you pronounce it. It's really funny.
I won't call him a demigod. I'll call him a demigod.
Demigod.
I mean, do we think we can handle a demigod?
Well, why is it demigod? But if you were to say semi, it would be semigod. Like he's a half god, semi. I think we could. What do you guys think? Listen, if we can't take down a demigod and 2, 5, whatever, many thousand, how many cultists do we think are here based on the terrible survival roll that you rolled earlier?
Millions. A lot of them.
They said it was a town at least, so we're looking at a few hundred at least, if not 1,000 or more.
So maybe we need more. Maybe we need more party members. I mean, I don't know. A couple of high level spells could wipe out 1,000 people, but they might also mob us and kill us.
I mean, they obviously on one of the sides was a decent spellcaster.
Decent meaning fifth level.
Launching fireballs. Yeah.
5th level spellcaster?
At least, yeah.
Okay. All right, well. Stick around, or should we go try to obtain that sword? Because this sounds like a challenge maybe we come back to with a full party.
I think, yeah, like we need every bit of strength that we got, and I think the sword is more important than like shaking the hornet's nest.
I'd love to find a better place to stow the hand and eye, though, if we're coming back here.
Currently, where is said hand and eye? Is it in a bag of holding?
Yes, in a bag of holding, wrapped up like in 3 layers of freaking lead.
Just to check real quick, is there anybody watching us right now?
Not that you can see.
Can anybody? Could I do a perception check?
Way to detect scrying.
Yeah,
I'll do you
like
one
detect
better.
Magic would be.
I'll do you one better. Roger doesn't see anybody seeing you.
Ha. If that's the case, then yeah, we're good because he can see invisible things.
Well, we're not invisible. We're just wandering around the ruins.
No, it's more that like if someone was scrying on us or anything like that, we would it
Well,
would
we-
show up with
well,
his eyes.
We would get a save on that at least.
For some spells, yes. Some spells, no.
But a lot of them create like a
I think all of them create something
Dave.
invisible, yeah. And Roger would be able to do that.
Gotcha. Okay.
All right. So, do we want to end here?
I think we should now travel to the sword.
Okay.
the problem is we still don't have a way to survive the negative plane though.
I thought we found a way.
Yep.
Did
Yeah,
we?
with
Oh, okay.
with Miles, he has the spell.
And
Help with that.
therefore I have the spell.
Both of you can, but for you, we would need to spend money, and then
No,
Or a simulacrum.
while Miles,
my simulacrum.
Simulacrum mines.
Simulacrum.
Right,
Oh,
right, that's what you meant. Okay.
Yeah, let's see if we can get the sword and then go destroy it and then come back here and destroy this place. Or at the
I
very
wonder-
least,
Can I
cleanse
research?
it.
Can I research nuclear weapons on the train on the way to the negative plane?
When we say cleanse, we mean cleanse.
We mean turn it into a
Meteor
parking
storm?
lot. Yes, meteor storm. Mm.
Leveled up sickening radiance.
Meteor storm's a fucking badass spell. I do not have meteor storm, unfortunately. Meteor storm would be amazing. But Circle of Death's pretty damn good too.
I like that one.
As long as they're not immune to necrotic damage. Which I don't think they would be.
Yeah, I was saying the other day, the feat for elemental, what was it? The elemental progeny or what? Or progeny.
Prodigy?
Yeah. How it makes it so that you can still hurt them even though they're resistant to or invulnerable to one of those that you get. They should have it for more than just the elements. There should be, like a psychic version or something.
Worse necrotic versions.
Or a holy or unholy version.
All right. So, you guys are going to try and get into the negative energy plane.
Yep.
All right. And I believe you were going to plane shift there. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Well,
Are you
yes,
taking
but we're
train?
gonna-
Yeah,
we're-
because
we're-
gate was the gate wouldn't work as well as plane shift.
With plane shift, you can say, take me to the border of the ethereal plane or the negative energy plane and the Shadowfell. Then you'll be on that border.
Okay.
Otherwise, you would be somewhere in the Shadowfell or in the negative energy plane. I mean, either really. You could go from either side. And you would have to find where the edge is, and then you'd have to follow the edge. This way, you just have to follow the edge.
Okay. Do we want to cast our resistance spells now? Before we actually do this? Do the dance?
What is it? 24 hours?
Do you remember what spell it was?
Crap. Like,
Oh
was-
shit! I
it-
deleted it, huh?
oh no.
Deleted the chat. Give me just a
Like
second.
whatever.
Was
Whatever.
it a player handbook spell?
No.
It was like an older edition spell that like basically pumped us with positive energy to kind of like counteract the negative energy.
Protection of energy from energy. Let's see what that does. Protection from energy. That might be a concentration spell. Yeah. A willing creature you touch is immune to one type of damage, which is not the one that we need to be.
Yay, Discord
I
chat
still-
back up.
Good, because I'm like, I still understand why they didn't bring that from 3.5.
Because there's nothing, there's a paragraph about, there's not even a paragraph, there's like part of a sentence about the negative energy plane in 5e.
Yeah, but I mean,
Spirit-
the spell I'm thinking of was just a generic. You know, you act as if you're a native of that plane. It was very generic.
No, this is different.
Okay, no, but that's the spell that I always think about when I think about plane shifting.
This is protection from negative energy.
Yeah. It's just
So you have to
protection-
cast it before you go into the negative energy plane. Otherwise, you
only-
can't cast it because you don't have access to positive energy from in the negative plane.
yeah. Okay, so this is protection. What the hell spell is this?
Oh, it's negative protection from negative energy.
That's literally the name of it?
Yeah.
Did you link it in
There's no link for it. It's a second edition spell.
oh Jesus.
Oh, second edition. Okay. I don't know why I thought it was third.
It might be third. I didn't place third, but I got this from second edition.
Got it.
Stone.
Miles is 19th level,
There's a stone.
so it
Oh,
would last.
I looked up protection from negative energy. 6 best crystals for protection and how you can use them.
Give me some rose quartz.
It's always fun when you put something in for D&D and you don't actually put the words D&D,
That is awesome.
because it'll definitely put you on a few lists.
I put it in chat though, Tom. I pasted the whole spell in chat.
Gotcha, thank you. 1 round, 1 creature. So
So, what level's Miles? He's 19, right?
Uh-huh.
So that's 19 turns. So 3 hours. 3 hours, 10 minutes.
You're immune to the effects of the negative energy plane. "19 minutes. 1 turn per level of the priest casting the spell."
Turn is 10
Is
minutes.
it turn? A turn is 10 minutes. Turn is 10 minutes?
In second edition, yeah.
Oh,
There's technically, I think a turn is 6 or less than 6 seconds in 5e. I think they moved turn down to your turn in combat.
so are we plane shifting there, guys? Are we taking the train again? I forgot.
I don't think we should take the plane, train.
Okay, so we're gonna plane shift. So
Yeah.
so basically, Snow Miles is going to cast this on 1, 2, 3, I guess 3, 4 of us, and himself.
Right. So five third level slots.
5 casts. So 3 third level slots and 2 fourth level slots are burned. And then we will, a Somber will cast, immediately then cast teleport or plane shift. Plane shift, right? And then, yeah. We going.
All right. So It's kind of like being in outer space, except without the stars. It's just darkness everywhere. Off in the distance, you can see the glow coming from what looks like a city sitting on top of a rock, floating in the middle of the nothingness. And off in another direction, it seems to get darker, and that kind of forms a horizon. And you assume that's where, or it forms shoulder of a wall, and you assume that's where it's touching the Shadowfell. So it's a little confusing at first to move around, but you pretty much will your way forward and backward, side to side. Sombra has read a lot about this, and basically you pick which direction is up for you. So Sombra kind of teaches you all how to fall in the direction you want. So if you want to go forward, you say that way is up and start falling that way. As long as you don't run into anything, then when you get where you want to get, you say, okay, this way's up, and then start falling that way.
How do we know which direction to go, though?
You don't?
We don't. Okay. So that's not something we thought about beforehand.
Things. Oh no. Okay.
Well, so you know it's on the border of the Shadowfell and the negative energy plane. Being as these planes are infinite, you can assume that pretty long connection. So you can follow that is really the only kind of option that you would have thought of going into this.
I guess ideally I could cast some kind of spell that would give me like a locate. Is there a locate, like a locate object spell, or?
There's locate object, yeah.
I have that too, but it's limited in range.
Yeah, it's like 1,000 feet.
Oh, I see. So casting that would do nothing. Okay. So which way, guys? We have 3 hours and 10 minutes.
Look in any direction.
And then we got to gather up, and I have to plane ship us out of here. All with my staff.
Curfew.
I don't know. We pick a direction at random.
Well, I mean, left or right.
Left.
Left or right doesn't
Well,
mean
I mean,
anything.
I
It's
guess up or
sometimes
down,
it's
too.
down.
I guess. Okay, so yeah, you guys have got like a flat 360-degree direction to go, where this wall of darkness is between the negative energy plane and the Shadowfell. Let's see here.
So this sword is what, floating in the negative energy plane?
No, you are looking for Citadel Gavitius.
Oh
And
yes.
it is somewhere in the Citadel.
But the Citadel's on the borderlands.
Correct.
Not the borderlands, but the border between.
Correct.
And we're actually at the
So-
border.
Yeah, maybe we walk along the border and every once in a while pop our head in. Would that
Pop
work?
your head into the Shadowfell?
Yeah.
No,
No?
pop your head into the negative energy plane.
Yeah, the never even put. I mean, yeah.
Oh, you're saying walk along the Shadowfell?
Yeah, walk along the border. Yeah.
Yeah. It's a way better plan.
Because yeah, I mean, even though there's no stars or anything, once we get anywhere near, if this thing has any kind of, even the mildest lights, it might stand out after a while.
I guess I'm not really certain, technically how going between two planes would work and what a quote unquote border would be. I can't even envision it.
Well, so like, they are kind of like a quasi plane is,
Gotcha.
like the borders between the like fire and earth plane. There is a lava plane. I don't remember. I don't think it's called the lava plane though. And then there are quasi elemental planes, which are the ones that are between the elemental planes and the energy planes. So you have a lightning plane, quasi elemental plane of lightning,
Gotcha.
which is air and positive energy. So they kind of form their own plane. And the thing is, the planes are infinite. So the border is infinite. It's a smaller infinite, if that makes sense. Right? Because it's the
not at
space
all.
between the two. So, when you go into that space, it's like you don't have an infinite amount of space between the two planes.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're standing between the two planes, like a big alley, right, where this quasi plane is, where they merge over each other. So it would go infinitely forward and infinitely backwards, but to the left and right are each of the planes. So it's not as infinite as infinite.
Semi-infinite.
Yeah.
Semi-infinite. It's like a what do you call those Mobius strip?
There you go.
There you go.
It looks like it goes on forever, but it really doesn't.
In this case, it does.
No, not really.
Left and right, it does.
So,
Forward and backward, it does. One of the
So-
directions, it does.
Up and down as well.
okay. So, is there a concern about not being able to get a heading to get to where we need to go?
That's my concern.
Say that
Just a
again?
minute, I'm looking something up.
Would we is a maybe so there's this landmass still that we can see and we can possibly get there, but is it what's the likelihood that we'll be able to get a heading from after we get there?
Oh, get it back?
Plane shift.
Well, that would just be a matter of, plane shift or just making
Oh,
sure
no,
that we
I'm-
find a recognizable, when we go straight for it, find a recognizable spot there and then just, reverse.
Right, but there's no
So,
stars to guide us.
But wherever we're going is a physical place. The cathedral, citadel, whatever.
Citadel.
Right.
Yeah.
So if we're coming in on, the one of the towers, we, find something recognizable about that tower and then just, stand the opposite way we were facing it when we came in.
But it matters that much. We can plane shift out of it once we get there.
That too. That would be the easiest way to do it instead of trying to get our bearings.
Jesus, this thing is dirty. You know what the problem with Roombas are?
Hmm.
You have to actually clean them.
Yeah. Yeah. Mine's sitting here dead because I haven't cleaned it. And Teddy's room is the living room, and I haven't cleaned his room, so there's no point in doing it.
Teddy's room is the living room?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's where all his toys and shit are.
Oh, I see. Gotcha.
And that's he's the only one who watches that TV. I watch it maybe 10 minutes a month, maybe.
Mm.
What are those 10 minutes like entailed?
YouTube.
Cartoons, probably.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And then he's fucking the spoiled kid, so he's got a computer hooked up to that TV. So there's no reason for him to go anywhere else. What's up, child? Oh shit! I'll be right back.
All right. As good as new, buddy. I had to actually fix it, send the thing off to repair. It was all fuckered up. Oh,
The computer?
no, the Roomba.
Oh, okay.
It broke. It decided to commit suicide. Maybe it was
Sorry
too.
for your loss.
Yeah, no. I sent it off and revived its ass and said, "You're not done serving me yet."
We got one last year, and it had a bug in it. It wouldn't find the Wi-Fi, so they sent us another one. We had to wait months.
Yeah, I spent what was it, like $110 on one of those cheap ones. Best $110 I ever spent.
Wait,
Because I take it to work with me, so I never had to vacuum the carpet.
Wait,
Okay.
cheap what?
The cheap Roombas, the
Roomba, right?
the ones you use a remote control on and set it into a pattern.
Oh god, I have a really bad Roomba story. So a friend of mine, it's a bit sad, but their parent passed away, and they had the ashes on the jar, and one day I think probably like one of their cats knocked it over, and they had a Roomba, so the Roomba just like, oh, there's dirt on the floor. And
Nice job.
yeah, ever since then though, they've called the Roomba Dad.
Oh,
Yeah.
Ooh,
right again.
Yeah.
That's a little creepy.
I mean, that is probably the beginning of a very, very bad, low budget horror movie. A haunted Roomba.
That sounds super fucking creepy.
Oh God, I actually thank you for like bringing that thought to my mind. So that sounds like a very awesome, like low budget film. A very like so bad it's good B film.
It sounds like somebody was like, let's update the story Chucky, except this time it'll be a Roomba. And then it'll slowly just start eating their shit and hiding it places. Pushing knives underneath their bed so that when it collapses from it constantly bumping into it, they get stabbed.
All right, so you travel for about an hour, and you find this vortex. It is red. It is mostly black, but it's got red and white streaks in it, and it is flat. Like, you can get up close to it. I don't know how close you want to get to it, but you can move around it and see, like, it is just like a single dimensional thing. You can't even tell if it's got a side or not. Like, it hurts your brain to think about it not having a side, but it's super thin. It is infinitely thin. I'm using that word a lot tonight. But the disc itself is probably about 10 feet across, and it's just swirling in color. It's black with these red and white streaks.
Okay, cool. Sounds creepy as hell.
Right. Toss a copper at it.
Okay, it goes through it
So thanks.
or into it.
You know that happens.
I mean, you can't tell what happens. It goes into it. Doesn't come out the other side. That's some sort of portal or instant destruction thing.
Familiar?
Mm. Okay, throw my familiar into the abyss.
Can you communicate with your familiar on a different plane of existence?
I
don't believe so.
Let's see here.
It's kind of like a
Let's say
shortcoming.
Something stupid like within
when your
100 feet, right?
familiar is within 100 feet of you, where you can communicate it with it telepathically.
I mean, depends on
the plane.
if the portal connects them, I guess.
You sending your familiar through?
Let's do it.
All right. Send your familiar through.
Can I communicate with it, or is it just gone?
Nope, it's gone.
Well, before I send my familiar, I tell it to fly back to me.
Right. Sorry, I assumed that.
Does it fly back?
Does not.
So it's a one-way portal.
You want to waste a first level spell to get it back?
Actually, I have a question. Would Sombra be able to tell if the spirit died or anything like that? Oh wait, would you be able to use an action to pull it back?
I was gonna say, yeah. I mean, it says you can at any time put it into a pocket dimension and then pull it out of that pocket dimension. But I don't know if you could do that from a different plane.
Yeah,
it does.
That's something I've had an argument with other GMs about. So I just always assume no first.
So in the interest of making things clear, you cannot put it into a pocket dimension from somewhere else, right? You have to. I'm assuming it's like the contact. You have to be at least within 100 feet of it. But you would also not be able to pull it out of a pocket space, right? Wait, no, that makes. So somehow, Sombra, you know that your familiar is not dead.
If you did pull it back, can you be able to communicate and ask if it saw anything weird or good?
He would have to cast the spell again to summon it.
Right, yeah.
Well, if I summoned it, would it be the same instance of it, though? I mean, would it even know?
Right.
Yes, it is.
The wiser?
It is your familiar. It is a spirit that takes the form of
whatever you choose at the time.
That cat you saw.
Gotcha. No, it makes sense. Okay.
Kind of makes sense. Not in your context, but
well, then I will spend 10 minutes to.
Does.
I will spend 10 minutes to resummon it as a ritual.
All right.
That's right. It's only 10 minutes.
Yeah.
I don't know why I was thinking it was an hour.
Ritual cast.
Oh, ritual cast an hour. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so your familiar is back. It can communicate to you, and let me see what it tells you. PDF.
I mean, I guess it's not a waste of a first level spell. It does. I was saying, you know,
bring it back and talk to it. So
yeah,
it wouldn't be a waste.
And at his level, I mean, you can get those first level spells back in like after a short rest easily.
So it is the familiar puts an image in your mind that is similar to Tovag, where you just were.
Huh?
Oh,
Toe bag.
Except it looks different around the outside. There are like a couple of structures you can see, and it is an overcast day. Like and it's super foggy. Like there's just fog. Like the familiar couldn't see much past that first ring, but it could see like the edges of buildings that were built around here. And not necessarily. Well, I guess the second ring's pretty far away, but there weren't buildings where you were before.
Citadel is one of those buildings. I wonder.
Should be able to assume that.
I don't know. Can we assume that?
yeah, because I mean, technically, if it's somehow that one of these vortexes is somehow maybe the exit point to where we were, it might not be anchored to the exact time we were or are, because we're dealing with infinites and such that the mind is not so keen.
Wait. Should we like tie each other tight? Like, should we have like a rope, like to make sure that we all don't get separated in this pitch black darkness?
We aren't in the
Is this
pitch black
like
darkness yet.
where were
Okay.
with the plane Ravenloft? Kind of like that.
The
Yeah,
mist.
fog mist. Yeah.
Sweet.
Just
Yeah.
thinking like
so I think-
PlayStation 1 Silent Hill.
Gotcha.
Oh God. The second Silent Hill movie has Ned Stark and his son Snow.
Nice.
Never realized it until we rewatched it recently. I went, oh shit.
Super funny.
But he couldn't get back. That's I mean, I guess we could just plane shift back to here if that's not where we need to go.
True.
Your familiar didn't feel any pain or anything
Yeah.
out of the ordinary, right?
No,
Oh yeah.
no pain, no death.
Oh, so
Sweet.
wait, then that's not the. But we didn't cast it on the familiar.
What do you mean?
The negative energy plane, or the negative energy spell, and anti-negative energy spell. We didn't cast it on the familiar. We just cast it on us. So if he had gone to the negative energy plane, he'd have been toasty.
Newt. Huh?
Well, the portal is in that borderland between the negative energy plane and the Shadowfell.
Oh, okay.
Cool. I say we go in.
So you just push the cat through really fast. You're like, come back if you can, and push the cat through. So the cat didn't take its round of damage.
All right.
Wait. Oh, I see. So if we jump in, we'll take damage.
No. Juju was saying if you pulled the cat out in the negative energy plane,
Oh, I see.
the cat would die.
Gotcha. Understood.
Let's. I don't think we're going to need to hold hands or tie each other off. I think we could just go through.
Yeah. Seems pretty normal.
All right, Ark.
What? Wait, what? What?
Crazy
about
first?
me? Fine. Charge.
Youth before beauty?
All right. Ark jumps in feet
Wait,
first. Sorry, go ahead.
Leroy Jenkins.
No, you get. No, yeah, pretty much.
He jumps in head first and he screams as he goes in, my body, I'm being disintegrated, my head. Just kidding. And he goes through.
Jesus Christ.
All right. For no other reason, I hold my nose and jump in.
And then the rest of you follow. So you're standing in this place that looks exactly like you were however long ago, a day, 6 hours, I don't know. We didn't determine how much time passed. You do see on the outskirts of your vision, shrouded in fog, these stone structures of some sort. I need you all to make a DC 20 con saving throw for me.
Oh, con.
Oh,
That's not good.
this is going to be fun. Yeah, I'd have to roll
What?
a 19.
What's the DC again?
20.
20. Okay.
Pretty high.
And the guy who could easily make it, of course, rolls a freaking 18.
No. I rolled
No.
one. I rolled one too.
Right, but Sean rolled an 18. And he has a plus 8.
Of course, Sean rolled an 18.
Yeah, I was going to say, of course, the guy who could pretty much make it rolls the highest. Well, not the highest, but just rolls high.
Don't be jealous.
Oh, no, very jealous.
Yeah, just give me a second. It's plus 8. Okay. Okay. Ah, come on. 8. Bop. It is 17.
All right. Sombra and Ark, you stand there while the other two are like, you see their eyes just widen. And the fog starts to like thicken and it's turning colors now. It's kind of like hypnotic pattern kind of colors. And it's starting to swirl around you guys. And Ark and Lawson are very like, what's going on here? And like they're kind of starting to wander off in different directions.
Oh no, this is why we should have done the freaking the freaking rope. I knew it.
What do you guys do
God, I'm
as they
having a
wander
really
off in
bad
different
acid trip.
directions?
So we can think normally, but we're watching them walk off.
Correct. Yeah.
Can I shake him?
So shake them
Shake 'em?
out. Yeah.
If it's like
Yeah.
other
It takes.
things that we
It takes. I don't know. A couple minutes. Let's see. Yeah, it takes like a good solid minute of shaking, to get them, like awake. And as you're done shaking them, you look around, and now you don't really see anything but fog.
So we chased away the Cloud City, guys. How that happened.
I think the cat was wrong. I don't see anything.
That was fine. My cat's the smartest. So I guess what happened? The fog is gone now?
No,
it's
the
all
structure.
fog.
Yeah, it's all fog. You don't see anything.
Oh,
else.
I see. That's all fog. Okay.
Is there any clue that maybe that there's the structures behind the fog, or is it all just fog?
You can't really tell. The fog is so thick. Got a really
We can send
salty
the,
smell to it.
Dang it! If only we had. Wait, we have. Crap! It would take a little while, but we do have an item for this. I remember it was like this. It was an attunement item. It allows us to see through this sort of stuff.
You feel like spending more than a couple seconds in one spot is going to lead to more confusion.
So keep moving.
Yeah, I kind of want to walk anyways. Keep hand in hand, or somebody grab my tail lightly. But the salty smell kind of makes me think that that's the lake, the river thing. So I want to see if any direction makes it stronger or weaker.
Okay. Should we do the tie together trick? Keep walking.
Would be fine too.
Let's do it.
All right, so you guys are all roped together, wandering around.
Like a kid in the mall.
You're pretty confident that you've changed direction several times, and the salty smell is still just as strong as it was when you first smelled it.
Okay.
There's still no sight of structures.
Okay.
You find it odd because you know that you've walked long enough that you should have run into one of these archways by now. And as you guys turn around and circle up to kind of ponder this, the fog just lifts and it's gone. And you're standing in the end of a blind alley in an unfamiliar city. There, at the end of the alley, there is a lamppost, but on top of the lamppost is a crystalline skull-shaped lamp, and it is giving off this eerie green light. The walls on either side of you aren't stone or wood. They're made out of something smooth and off-white, surrounding you on three sides. You look up and you can see windows carved out of this smooth white material. And it gives you the sensation of being in a canyon. You count the windows up, and you are the buildings go up 9 stories. And in between them, you can see the sky, and it's completely dark, and it's got dark clouds, and you can hear the wind like blowing through the tops of these buildings. You look down, and the cobblestones at your feet are littered with bones, scraps of paper, broken glass, pottery, dead rats, splattered garbage, and the stench of rotting meat and ripe sewage is here. The air is cold, but it's not different than where you were a little while ago, because it was winter on Earth where you were. But you... considering what you know, you assume that you are in Se05Ep01
That's a good spot to end. Se05Ep01.
Castle Gray Skull.
Yeah,
That's a white skull.
off-white.
I do love the fact that there's a building in the one eye, so it makes it look like it's looking at you.
Mm.
Like, I was just like kind of half expecting Indiana Jones to kind of come out any second.
Awesome. Okay. Well, I guess we'll tackle Castle Grayskull. Grayskull.
You don't get this view of it, but you're inside of it.
Darth Vader's nose.
We don't get this view of it.
Yeah, you're inside of it already.
We're in this place.
I see.
So it'd be like a fucking slow camera pan up and back.
So are there
Lightning in the
denizens
background.
running around?
What was that?
Are there denizens?
Yeah, for sure.
That'll be fun to pump into in a little while.
Be fun into what?
Bump
Bump
into
into.
when we play again.
Oh, bump.
Because I mean, all the talk of Ravenloft and the fog, and so yeah, I have a
Okay.
feeling we're in a dread plane.
Fun.
Yeah, which very much makes me fear who the dread god, king, lead lord, whatever it is for this place. Because it's either Cass or Vecna in my head.
Where do we get the name of the sword from, by the way? Who do we get this information?
Research from
Fairy
Sickle.
tales, children's stories.
Gotcha. But at least that wasn't directly from Vecna.
Oh no. I mean,
Autobiography.
he could have.
Hey guys, go grab
easily
this sword
salted-
too.
Yeah, he could have easily salted it, but to get the knowledge into Sigil, but in all likelihood, because it's collected from so many different places,
I got it straight
would
from the
trust
Dungeon
it.
Master's Guide.
Terrible. All right, guys.
All right, have
Sounds
a good
fun.
night.
Hopefully
Hopefully we get some Tristan tomorrow or next week
Yeah. Yeah,
And
that'd
then
be
I
great.
will kick Landon's ass.
and get some land. And so this is a good little dungeon crawl.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like, and also like, I've been really falling in love with all of the domains of dread stuff. Like, you all know what I'm talking about. So,
And the fun part is I mean, you always think of the Ravenloft and the Dreadlands and all that stuff. You don't think of what happens if you're a high level character going to one of these places.
Mhm.
It's
I
like,
don't think I've ever run any high level Ravenloft.
yeah, I'm like, you're always afraid of
oh no.
of Strahd, but what if you're actually on par with Strahd? You know, do you guys become buds?
And maybe we just become our own Dark Lords. Oh
So
god.
this basically
Strahd wanted to be
this
buds with you.
yeah, this castle is basically like, is this Strahd's castle or a castle
No,
of
this is a
somebody of
city.
his ilk?
This is a city.
Oh, this is a city. Gotcha. And you can't get out of this plane, right? There's no way for us to get out of Shadowfell normally.
No, you
Can't
can.
plane shift.
You
Can
can
we
plane
plane
shift
shift
out
out?
of the Shadowfell.
Gotcha.
Oh, we're not in the Shadowfell.
No, we're in Shadowfell, right? Aren't
Okay.
we?
Well,
No.
it's really hard to get out of Domain and Dread when the Dark Lord is like out and about.
Gotcha.
So yeah, we maybe. I mean, if you're right and Vecna's not a god, we may be fighting Vecna, which would be interesting. Otherwise, like I said, I mean, maybe we'll. Even though he's against Vecna, we might still have to maybe Cass is the Dreadlord of this plane, and we might have to deal with him.
You might have to use, the hand and the eye to get out.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. When Tristan was saying that, that was Roger's ultimate plan. If shit gets real bad, he pop the eye in the hand, and I'm like, and the only way you do that is if you immediately get yourself to Sigil, so you don't afterwards, so you don't get taken over.
Yep.
Because if you do, oh, she's gonna have some fun with your butt. You don't have to worry about him anymore, or yourself.
Or yourself. That's a good addition.
I should read. I'm reading up on the domains of dread right now on the Forgotten Realms wiki.
Forgotten Realms.
Yeah, I know. I like that.
Forgotten Realms wiki.
Wiki.
We must look. I'm trying to remember the meme. We must take the handles of progression. Or I can't do it. I don't want to do it. I'm
That
gonna
guy is
stop doing
awesome. No, dude, that guy's awesome.
Marriage.
Marriage. Oh, I have to hold on. I have to figure that out.
All right, I'm gonna cut the stream here.